Could rich people just stop for a little bit? I'm not talking about big house and fancy car rich people. No, I'm more talking about like the rent a world wonder for my wedding type of person.
Come with me to a billionaire tech CEO's wedding in the middle of Egypt.
So this video of this billionaire's wedding got posted a few weeks ago, and honestly, I got mad when I saw it. Look, I get it. You have a lot of money, you want to have a very luxurious wedding, but at what point does it go too far?
Who knew you could rent out the pyramids and the Sphinx for your own wedding?
Oh, right there actually. When you shut down a world wonder for your own private event, you've probably gone too far. Side note, how do you rent out the pyramids? This isn't like an Airbnb listing. It's not like they do this normally. Like, who do you even talk to rent it out? The mummy? Now, this video was posted to TikTok by Ryan Serhant, who is a reality television realtor. Reality TV realtor may be the only job title in existence that's worse than influencer. Try explaining that one to grandma at Thanksgiving. After immediately flexing the wealth of this wedding, he then starts to name drop some of the other attendees, like Lance Bass from NSYNC, or Robin Thicke, that guy who released that one song in 2013 and you haven't heard about since. But don't worry, because this wedding isn't just full of has-been celebrities. It also has Kevin O'Leary, aka Mr. Wonderful, the guy from Shark Tank who's known for being a douche and a shitty businessman.
But I am surprised to hear this from Kevin O'Leary, a guy who's such an asshole that even the other people on Shark Tank thinks he's an asshole.
Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this guy was pretty excited to meet Kevin. Probably because he had somebody film him talking to Kevin, which is a totally normal thing to do. And also because later in the video, he shows a screen recording and it's clear he was searching Mr. Wonderful before. Now, this video isn't about Kevin O'Leary, so I will move on, but I do hate him, so I felt like it would be irresponsible for me to not use my platform to tarnish his reputation just a little bit. Okay, back to the wedding. So this wedding takes place over the course of a few days. And day one is the welcome party at the Muhammad Ali Palace. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I thought it was named after the boxer. I truly thought they named a historic Egyptian palace after an American boxer. And I did not notice until I was halfway through writing this video and I Googled the name of the palace only to notice they spelled it differently. I didn't have to include this part, but I did.
But it was also crazy because the bride and the groom weren't even there yet. They got stuck on safari in South Africa and they got there at about 2 a.m. It was the craziest thing ever.
Now, he casually mentions that the bride and groom were late to their own welcome party because they got stuck on safari in South Africa, which must have been so stressful. I can only imagine. Literally, I can only imagine doing something like that. The only safari I've been stuck on started playing noises during English class. Close your tabs, kids. Now, in the bride's video, it makes it seem like they're running really, really late and they're gonna miss the flight.
We're trying to make our wedding.
Okay, nice.
We gotta get out as fast as possible.
Yeah, we'll try. GFU. Wow. I actually didn't think I was gonna see that.
But then you realize they chartered the plane. They didn't buy a seat, they bought the plane. What was going to happen? The plane was going to leave without its only passengers? People in the comments of her TikTok are like, oh my god, she's so chill. I'd be so stressed out. Which, to her credit, she does seem rather composed in the moment. But you know who doesn't seem that chill? The employees. Look at the sheer disbelief of these men after seeing all this luggage. Don't get me wrong, I don't think she did anything wrong here, but these two dudes look bewildered. Anyways, they get on the flight and they're partying and they're drinking and, oh, looks like Kevin's the one pouring drinks actually, so maybe we just set that one down. Also, Kevin, what are you wearing? Take that jacket off right now. You look like a colonizer. Obviously, it works out, you know, billionaire. And then the rest of the first day is pretty much what you'd expect. They make it to the party, and of course, it's really luxurious because it's a $3 million wedding. What else did you expect? But day two is where the vibe shifts a little bit. The feeling I had when watching it went from being jealous of this luxurious lifestyle they're living to understanding why people made memes when that submarine exploded.
Day two, the pyramids and the Sphinx were shut down, and we got to roam around the pyramids, go into the tombs, and go see the Sphinx without any other tourists around.
The way he says this like it's a flex is so disconnected from what actually happened. It wasn't like there was no tourists that wanted to see the pyramid or the Sphinx that day. You guys just paid extra money so that they couldn't. Somebody else did not get to experience one of the world wonders because you didn't want to share. Look, I get it. Tourists suck. I've lived in tourist destinations my entire life. I just moved from Paris. Trust me, I get it. Tourists are usually dumb, loud, and American. Friendly fire, yes, but it's true. But it's something we all have to deal with when we visit these places. Well, I guess all of us that showed up on a day where a billionaire wasn't getting married and actually got to experience the place that we probably paid thousands of dollars and traveled thousands of miles to see. But hey, it's a small sacrifice to make so that they didn't have to be surrounded by tourists. I mean, Mr. Wonderful was there, and we wouldn't want to cause a scene.
And if that wasn't crazy enough, then we all got back into our chauffeured cabs, taken to a different hotel to change clothes, and then go to a Met Gala event at the Grand Egyptian Museum, which isn't even open to the public yet. It's the largest museum on planet Earth, and we had the whole thing to ourselves.
Thank God. I was so afraid there was going to be filthy regular people there. Could you imagine what would happen if all those people saw that Ryan Serhant was there? Oh my God. Especially if they were reality TV fans. They would have been so disappointed when they realized you weren't the guy from Queer Eye. So that wraps up day 2, but don't worry because day 3 does not disappoint.
Day 3 was all about the wedding. We were all told to dress black tie extra. Now, yesterday when we were at the pyramids, I saw this whole building basically being built in the desert. So I took a little video of it. I didn't really know what it was for. And wouldn't you know, the wedding venue.
Brother, what else would it be for? You're here for a wedding, and they're building some temporary structure right about where the wedding is being held? I don't know, man. Beats me. They show up, and would you look at that? It's the wedding venue. But don't worry, because it's only the first venue of 4 for the evening. As you'd expect, the first venue is really nice. The view is fantastic, and there isn't a single poor person in sight. I mean, the pyramids in the background, yep, they're still there. And then they went to the second venue, and you guys won't believe it. The pyramids were lighting up. If he thinks that's impressive, wait till he sees a high school gamer's bedroom. Then they went to venue number 3, where Lindsay Sterling performed again. Hadn't really mentioned it yet in this video, but this is her 3rd performance in 3 days. Like, at what point you're like, okay, we get it. And then the rest of the wedding goes exactly how you'd expect a wedding to go. They eat, they drink, they dance. You get it. So we've talked a lot about this billionaire wedding, so it begs the question, who is it? Is it Elon Musk? No. Jeff Bezos? Also no. Bill Gates? No, would you stop guessing? I'm trying to tell you. This was a wedding between tech CEO Ankur Jain, a name who I definitely mispronounced, but I don't care, and former WWE wrestler Ericka Hammond. Now, when I first found out about the wedding, it was through the TikTok posted by Store Brand Tan France. And on that video, the comments were disabled, as you'd expect. And the general online discourse around this video was people hated it. To have just such an over-the-top display of how much money you have, and to then go on and post about it, being like, hey, look at this sick thing that we did because we're so rich. Yeah, you deserved it. And I mean, look, if anyone watching this video was thinking about having a multi-million-dollar wedding in the coming months, maybe just take a look at what's going on in the world first. But when I was looking for more information about this wedding, I noticed a really weird trend. Pretty much every article online is talking about how people are hating on this wedding, except for People magazine, who conveniently have all these exclusive photos because they were invited to the wedding. Literally every other article is like, people mad at Billionaire. Whereas People is like, OMG, tech billionaire, who is super attractive by the way, almost missed his epic wedding. Come on, you have to know you're doing something wrong if you're inviting the press to your wedding to write puff pieces about you. Also, People magazine, are you kidding me? Have just a little bit of integrity, please. In one article they wrote, they didn't even disclose the fact that they were invited to this ultra luxurious wedding. And in the other article, let's see how they disclosed it. We're not traditional wedding people. Why do you have to spend $20,000 on flowers? It doesn't make sense. Editor's note, People was invited to the wedding itself, and for the record, the flowers were spectacular, featuring an assortment of local Egyptian blooms and foliage. Editor's note, Ankur's biceps are even bigger in person. And he has a huge Now, despite their best efforts, these articles don't make them seem cool. It just highlights how detached they are from regular existence. That flower quote, why do you have to spend $20,000 on flowers? It doesn't make sense. My car isn't worth $20,000. You think I'm spending that on flowers? I think the best part is when they mention how they came to the idea of having their wedding at the pyramids. When it came to planning their wedding, Ankur, Jain, and Ericka Hammond agreed on one thing. It was going to be over the top. They just didn't initially agree on where to get married. My first pitch to Ericka for the wedding was to get married in space. Why does every rich dude get $1 billion and then suddenly they're obsessed with space? As a society, when did we go from all these rich people building libraries and gardens to a bunch of astronaut cosplayers hoarding all the cash? Obviously, they didn't get married in space, but let's read just a little bit farther. She was like, I don't want to die on my wedding day. Their compromise? Having the first wedding celebration thought to be held in modern times at the base of the Great Pyramids in Egypt, in front of the Sphinx, officiated by the world's foremost Egyptologist. Compromise has to be the wrong word to use there, right? How the hell is a 4-day destination wedding a compromise? I compromise on my shared appetizer for my Chili's 2 for $20. You want chips and salsa, I want mozzarella sticks, we get quesadillas. You're compromising on whether to blast Nana off into space? The f*** is this? Yeah, so the rest of this article is just talking about how nice the wedding was, because of course it was a $3 million wedding, it was probably lovely. And how it had a bunch of famous people who you may have heard about and that you definitely don't care about. You get the gist of it. But there is just one more surprise thing that I want to talk about. It's just not related to the wedding. Just give me 1 second. It's been a little while since my last upload, which, that's my bad. But I'm back just in time for you to see all those gay ads and rainbow profile pictures, which are definitely still going to be there on July 1st. I kind of alluded to this earlier, but I just moved back to the US from France. Side note, never moved to France. So I had to pack up all my stuff, so I couldn't make any videos. And then Iceland Air had to lose that bag, also so I couldn't make any videos. Now, it did take about a week, but my bag did arrive. Arrive, yes. Alive, no. My bag was in shambles. But I still would appreciate if you'd leave a comment saying something mildly slanderous about their company. Sure, you can also like the video and subscribe and turn on notifications, but I'd really rather you help me besmirch an airline's name. I'd really appreciate it. Oh, also, follow me on Instagram. Why not? I was posting some banger memes, so go follow. Okay, thanks. Love you. Bye. Hi, this is me in the outro. You can click one of these things and watch another video. That'd be cool. That'd be super dope of you, actually. Go watch that video.